Title contenders against relegation battlers, two teams with very different objectives today.
A restrictive shape to try and stop Al Nassr. Al Nassr will be a lot more dynamic, a lot more players adding to the attack to one on the break, but it's all going to be about keeping Al Nassr at bay initially.
And that man could be crucial for them, Toze.
He kept 4 clean sheets all season, so, you know, defensively there are opportunities to exploit. But
And in the Saudi Pro League, 7 points behind the leaders, Al Hilal desperately need a victory tonight. Cristiano Ronaldo sits this one out. Daniel Carreno, the 60-year-old Uruguayan in charge of Al Hazm, Luis Castro. Away we go then, week 22 in the Saudi Pro League. Al Nassr, 5 they've won just twice all season. Should be the goalkeeper's team to have the majority of possession throughout the evening.
yes,
Touch. Teles pulls it back. Shot on goal from Talisca and punched away. Including Aymeric Laporte, who has stayed forward, having come up from the back for the... Taken down by Al-Bouchard. Couldn't get it back, cleared away by Brozovic. Mane. 3 in the middle. Al-Nash. Told you we'd see it. A drop of the shoulder before the ball in, but there's nobody there. Within Brozovic. Bouchard. 4 in the area and put behind by Bruno da Silva.
brilliant header, just that cross got to stick.
Talisca's long ball forward, Mane trying to work it into the middle where Brozovic had made the run. In swinging corner, but Walid Abdullah at the other end has even touched the ball so far. Brozovic. Teles up against Al Bakr. Teles with the ball across, and this time it is caught.
Fullback has been a real problem.
Appeals more in hope than in expectation from the home supporters there as Anderson Talisca went down. Them. Something a little different though, but it was never ever going to be any trouble for Ayman Daman as the shot came in from this 19th season. He was out on loan. Mane.
It's an excellent ball initially, and Mane just can't quite bring...
Talisca calling for it in the middle. Has that gone over the goal line? Talisca. Turn back across the middle. Daman is there. Al-Nashi with the ball into the middle.
It's the right idea, isn't it?
Gets it back from Talisca. The low shot didn't really have too much in the way of power, though.
No, but it's...
Looked like it was offside, but the flag has stayed down for the moment. And now it quite correctly is raised. Toze from this near side, the Al Nassr right. Mane, he's put it across to the other side. Anderson Talisca! And this season didn't quite fall there for the shot on goal. It did eventually.
Look at it, but for me, that's Al Nassr not taking their chances. It's overplayed when that comes to Otavio. For me, he's got to shoot. He doesn't. I think that's more of a coming together.
And it's 1-0 Al Nassr.
Well, it's a brilliant penalty. Daman goes the right way. He's frustrated with himself, shaking his head because the penalty was placed so expertly. It's always going to be difficult for the goalkeeper to get to it. Goes down to the keeper's left, hits the back of the side netting. And despite my thoughts that it shouldn't have been a penalty, Talisca has done well to step up, score it and put Al Nassr ahead.
Is it Salamani or is it Toze? It's Salamani. That took a deflection. Old saying, you're at your most vulnerable when you've just scored a goal. And here come Al Hazm again. 0. Al Hazm with a chance to get an equaliser almost straight away. Flag up on the far side for the effort from the rebound, but a
0 down.
Mane's ball in field, gets it back from Talisca. Mane just lost his footing there. For the near post flick on header from Amri. Al-Naji, and that's behind. Hazm will get it away, not too far. Al-Naji, Brozovic, again to the near post, couldn't. It's Brozovic straight into the wall. Chance still on though. Badamosi, driven from distance, always rising. Never any trouble for Abdullah from Al. Just kept alive by Kashesh. Decent ball into the middle. Badamosi tried. Options left and right. Talisca to turn it across and turned in from close range. Handball. It won't count.
And rightly so. I initially thought straight away handball. We know that Villa
always going wide. The header from Laporte.
Disappointed in himself, and rightly so.
Otavio, deep. Mane will. All sorts of trouble here, and it's turned in for the header from close range. And Al Hazm, bottom of the table, are back on level terms early in the second half. Poor defending at the back from the corner kick. All sorts of accusing glances coming in from the Al Nassr defenders, and we can see here the header on, and then from close range, easy for Ahmed Al Mamed.
Well, it's unbelievable the amount of space here that he's got at the back stick. I wonder if that's something.
Otavio, Al Naji, Al Kabari. Brozovic, away by Brozovic. Talisca. Talisca's shot took a couple of deflections. Just a little too long for Ayman Yahya to get on the end of. The man who's just come on as a... Telles with the ball across. Mane's header. Yahya turned in by Talisca. Plenty of players involved in the build-up, but the final touch came in from Anderson Talisca. And the Brazilian gets his second goal of the night and moves on to 15 goals in the Pro League this season.
Well, I said Al Nassr, they need a player to step up and be counted, and Talisca's done that. But this is a wonderful, wonderful ball, by the way, from Alex Telles. Mane does well because the way it's curling almost over the top of him, he does everything he can to...
In behind the defence, Talisca still going, just took it a little too far forward.
He might have done himself a mischief. I think he's run into the advertising hoardings. He's certainly onside.
Being here, it's 1 against 1, and it's 2-2.
Well, Jose is not convinced, is he? It's been chalked off for offside. Let's see here. I don't think so.
The end of it. Telles. 3 goals for Al Nassr, and all 3 goals from that man there, Anderson Talisca.
Well, he's got a long way to catch Cristiano Ronaldo up, but he's trying. It's a real good header, but again, the quality on this ball from Alex Telles is such an important part of this goal. It's a wicked ball in, whipped, bags of pace. Talisca does well, meeting it on the 6-yard box. And you have to think for Al Hazm, they've only got themselves to blame. They've managed to bring themselves back on level terms twice, but they've got to defend better in wide areas. In
towards Badamosi, and it is 3-3. What an astonishing match that this is. And Al Hazm are back on level terms for a third time, and just look at what it means to them. Abdullah beaten for a third time. Fayaz Salamani making it 3-3.
Oh, the irony is...
Yes. Tellez with the ball across. Appeals for a penalty as Darman went in there to challenge for the ball.
And you can see it's that run across. I tell you what.
4-3. And he's done it. A smile for the man from Al Nassr, but a smile tinged, I would think, with a huge amount of relief that that ball cannoned off the underside of the crossbar and went over the goal line.
You're right, he's smiling now, but believe you me, when that initially hits the crossbar, his heart would have been in his mouth, and it's a big decision.
They could they? Well, they might just, they have! Paulo Ricardo makes it 4-4. Absolutely extraordinary.
Well, Ricardo scoring 2 weeks in a row. And I'll be honest, I think Al Hazm deserved that on the balance of play. Look at this corner, there's a little flick in there. How nice is that? Nutmegs Talisca. And then Ricardo following in, does ever so well. And then when you're thinking, have they got the character to pull them back from disappointment?